streets to stardom, the 50 Cent journey. Curtis James Jackson III, born on July 6, 1975 in South Jamaica, Queens, New York, was no stranger to hardship. Raised by his mother, Sabrina, who was involved in dangerous activities to make ends meet, Curtis grew up in an environment where survival was the priority. At just 8 years old, tragedy struck. His mother died in a mysterious fire. With no father around, Curtis was left to navigate the streets on his own. His grandparents stepped in to raise him, but the influence of his surroundings was strong, and soon enough, Curtis found himself involved in similar paths as his mother, taking on risky ventures to get by. By the time he was a teenager, Curtis had already built a reputation for being tough and street smart. He knew how to handle himself, and the streets were where he sharpened his hustle. But even as he became immersed in that high-stakes world, there was something bigger growing inside him. Curtis had a passion for music. It became his escape, a way to channel his anger, pain, and dreams. He wasn't just another kid trying to survive. He was driven by something more. In the early 90s, Curtis started performing at local clubs and releasing mixtapes under a new identity, 50 Cent. Inspired by a notorious Brooklyn figure with the same name, 50 Cent symbolized change and the desire to reinvent himself. Curtis was determined to take control of his future. Music wasn't just a hobby anymore, it was his way out. By the year 2000, 50 Cent's music career was starting to gain momentum. He released Power of the Dollar, and things seemed to be heading in the right direction. But just as success was within reach, life took a near-fatal turn. On May 24, 2000, while sitting in a car outside his grandmother's house, 50 Cent was shot 9 times in broad daylight. Bullets tore through his body. One hit his hand, another his arm. Several struck his legs, and a bullet ripped through his face, shattering his jaw and knocking out a tooth. It was an assassination attempt, and 50 was left for dead. But he survived. What could have been the end for most people was just the beginning for 50 Cent. His recovery was long and painful, but the shooting ignited a fire within him. With his voice now grittier and more intense due to the bullet wound, he emerged from the hospital more determined than ever. Instead of letting fear control him, 50 used his near-death experience as motivation to push even harder. He had survived the streets, survived the bullets, and now he was going to conquer the music industry. No matter what. 50 Cent's relentless drive soon caught the attention of Eminem and Dr. Dre, 2 of the biggest names in hip-hop. They saw something special in him. The raw talent, the hunger, and the authenticity that made him stand out from the crowd. They signed him, and in 2003, 50 Cent's debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryan, hit the shelves. The impact was immediate and undeniable. The album was more than just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. Tracks like Inda Club, 21 Questions, and Many Men became instant anthems. The gritty, unapologetic lyrics told the story of a man who had lived through hell and was now on top of the world. The album went multi-platinum, selling over 12 million copies worldwide. 50 Cent wasn't just another rapper. He was the face of a movement, and the streets were his audience. But 50 Cent wasn't content with just being a rapper. He knew that real power came from creating opportunities, not just for himself, but for others. So he launched G-Unit Records, signing artists like Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo, turning them into household names. G-Unit wasn't just a label. It was a brand, and 50 was the mastermind behind it all. As his music career soared, 50 Cent started branching out. He wasn't just chasing hit singles, he was building an empire. He moved into acting, landing roles in movies like Get Rich or Die Tryan and Home of the Brave, but his biggest success on screen came later with his hit TV series Power. As the executive producer and star, 50 created one of the most watched shows on television, proving that his talents extended far beyond the recording studio. While 50 Cent was dominating the entertainment world, he was also making smart business moves. One of his biggest successes came when he invested in vitamin water. In 2004, he became a spokesperson and part owner of the brand. When Coca-Cola purchased the company for a staggering $4.1 billion in 2007, 50 Cent's stake reportedly earned him around $100 million. It was a game-changing deal that solidified his status as a savvy businessman, not just a rapper. But even with all the success, 50 Cent's life wasn't without its challenges. In 2015, he made headlines when he filed for bankruptcy. The news shocked many, but for 50, it was a strategic move. Filing for bankruptcy allowed him to reorganize his finances and protect his assets. In true 50 Cent fashion, he didn't let the setback keep him down for long. He bounced back stronger, using the experience to show that no matter how hard you fall, it's all about how you get back up. Today, 50 Cent is more than just a rapper, actor, or businessman. He's a symbol of resilience. From surviving bullets to building a multi-million-dollar empire, his journey is proof that no obstacle is too big to overcome. He went from the rough streets of Queens, where danger seemed inevitable, to becoming a global icon who turned adversity into opportunity at every turn. 50 Cent's story isn't just about success. It's about survival, ambition, and the power of reinvention. Through every struggle, every setback, and every triumph, he has shown that with hustle, heart, and unshakable determination, you can rise above anything. So, what's next for 50 Cent? Whatever it is, you can bet he's going to take it head on, just like he's done with everything else in his life. Get rich or die tryin'? He's done both and lived to tell the tale. That's the 50 Cent way.
Yeah.